Okay guys, so in this video just want to do a quick tutorial of how to get your hardware going through your Digitone 2, or play your hardware from your Digitone 2 I should say. So what I'm going to do, just take you through it. So to start with, I've got a beat on, just a simple beat on track 1. So let's start from the beginning. So we go to the gear icon and go down to MIDI config, yes, and then sync, and then you need to make sure your clock send is on. Clock receive, don't need that. Transport receive, don't need that. And then you want your transport send on, yes. So now if I play my Digitone, the model cycles is also cycling through. You can't see that at the moment, but so those are the settings you need to control your hardware. The next important step is to make sure your leads are set up correctly. So I've got my MIDI out from my Digitone going into the model cycles. MIDI out is going to my hardware, and the MIDI in, that's just coming from my keyboard, so no need to worry about that. In my case, I've got the model cycles, which is just going into a split off lead there. Now to keep this nice and simple, just going to go press track and then number 9, because that's where the MIDI starts from, or the external hardware tracks. I'm going to press function and synth. I'm going to go all the way down to MIDI and press yes. Press yes again, and you should see this MIDI view set up. It says MIDI 9 and you've got channel there. What you want to do is press function and button A, and you'll see number 1 come up, and you can cycle through channels. Now that number 1 corresponds to your hardware, so on the model cycles it's on track, set to track 1 as an input, so I'm keeping it on channel 1. And then the next important thing is to go to amp and function A again and turn your amp value all the way up to 127, otherwise you won't hear the input from your hardware. So now if I play my track number 9 button, I've got a bell sound from my model cycles. Now the cool thing is you can go to press your keyboard setup, and then you can play your model cycles or whatever hardware you've got through your Digitone. So the important thing is to have your amp value up and your synth on channel 1, or corresponding to whatever channel your hardware is set to. So I could record in a sequence. Now if I want to add effects or delay or anything like that, I've got to use my hardware, because that is the input to the signal. So I could do add some delay. Right, so if I want another sound from the model cycles on say track 10, I'll just go track 10 and I'd press function synth again, go to MIDI, and this time I could do, because it's on track 10, I'm going to go function and 2 this time, and then amp, I'm going to turn the value up, the value on 10, and then I can select if I go onto my model cycles, I'll press track and 2, I'll find another sound. I've got another sound from my model cycles on track 10 now. So now I can again set up the keyboard and play recording my sequence from the second track. So not the best tune I've made there guys in my lifetime, but it's definitely a good example of how to get the Digitone playing your external hardware and sequencing it from your Digitone.